So I really loved this debut middle grade book by Jennifer Cervantes called Tortilla Sun. I had heard really good things about it for a really long time, and then I finally got my hands on a copy and sat down and read it. And it kind of reminds me of a little bit of like a middle grade version of like Water for Chocolate, because there's definitely sort of a hint of magical realism, but just a hint. Like Water for Chocolate definitely has more magical realism to it. And it's a story about a 12-year-old named Izzy, and her mother is going on a fellowship for like 3 months. And so while the mother is out of the country, she has to go live with her grandmother in New Mexico. And she doesn't know her grandmother very well, and she hasn't been to her mother's remote village like since she was really little and really has no memories of it. And before she leaves, she finds a baseball that has two words on it: because, and then a space, and magic. And she doesn't really know the significance of the baseball, but she can kind of sense that it's special. Her father died before she was born, and her mother doesn't talk about her father. And so there's all these questions that she has that perhaps this trip will solve. And so when she goes to this village, it does feel steeped in magic. I mean, there's just something very special about this remote village. It's a friendly place, but also she brings the baseball with her. But also she hears voices, like just like the wind whispering, and she makes a friend there, a boy slightly older, and they kind of have these small adventures. And by the time the book unwinds at the end, we learn more details about when her father died and how he died, and the connection to the baseball, and the connection to this magical place. And when her mother comes back from her to visit from her research trip, her mother at the end also spends time with the grandmother and with Izzy, and sort of everything kind of comes together. But it's sort of very beautifully lyrically written. It's not, it's a small book. It's not that long. And also in like Water for Chocolate, where the food has sort of magical qualities, here the grandmother's tortillas also do have that same quality. And there's also a recipe in the back for making her tortillas. And I don't know, I just felt like this was a really perfect story, a perfect book. I'm surprised it didn't win Newbery, because I just thought it had that kind of world building, adventure, multiple stories that tie in at the end, kind of like a moon over Manafort, or was that moon over? I had that quality, but definitely with a Latino flavor, with that magical realism. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoy it too, and I highly, highly recommend it. So here it is up close.